go. It don't matter to me.
Have some of that.
What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Put It in the Book show. That probably a short-lived smile on my face there for just a moment. I am Steve. I got Rodriguez, as always, to my left. What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Yeah, it's going. What do you want
Take
me
a
to
deep
say?
breath. Take a
What do you
deep
want me to
breath.
say? It's just going, man.
It's
It's
like
just
Wusa
going.
from Bad Boys. Bad Boys 2.
I'm
Wusa.
not even wearing a Met shirt today.
Look, so here's the thing.
I'm
We
protesting.
didn't even talk about this. We didn't talk about this. I am mad at the Mets, so I'm wearing a Kramer shirt. I am
Well,
mad at the Mets,
well, I wouldn't
and
wear
I'm
a Kramer
wearing.
shirt now either, though. But
Well, it's
anyway,
it's
what
it's
what
not
kind of
Michael
hat you got?
Richards,
What
and
kind
I
of
got
hat
an
you got?
Avengers hat.
Oh,
So
I can't
because
wait.
we need some superhero stuff.
You got an Avenger hat?
I do. I got it for Father's Day.
What about this? Check this out.
Oh, look at that. We got themes going. See, we're
Oh,
co-hosts
Jesus
for years,
Christ.
and we're in each other's heads, and that's exactly what happened. Look at,
It's
and we're
pretty.
even using the same headsets.
Oh, wow. It's
We're
pretty.
like here, buddy.
Yeah, I know, and it's scaring me because I don't really like you, so it's really scaring me now. We'll have to
Uh,
work through it. We'll have to work through it. This is part of our relationship. We have to
we
work
will,
through these
yeah.
things.
It yeah, it's part of
Yeah,
any growth, you know.
it's growth. You
So
gotta grow.
all right, so we got Mia and we got Barbara and we got
Oh,
Terzio.
Mia,
Um,
Barbara, hello,
have joined
Mama
us.
Farace.
We won't have Keith today. Keith has got some stuff
What?
going on. Yeah, but
I didn't
but you
know
know,
this.
no, you didn't. But you could either say a couple of one or two things, right? He's smart for not having to talk about the last week, right? Or he's a coward and won't talk about the last week.
Coward.
That
Hey,
producer
baby
Joe
Mia.
is producer Joe is here. He's back, behind there. Wake him up because
I
I
don't
don't know what
hear.
he's doing.
Hey.
I think I'll go for a walk
Mhm.
outside now before the
Oh,
sun falls and I
he's
Oh,
going delirious. Get
my,
that man some electrolytes.
He's going Brady Bunch on us. Oh, Jesus
uh,
Christ.
He's gone Brady. It's that bad. He's gone to Brady.
all right. We'll catch up on a couple more
Oh
of the
my
comments
God.
here on the other side of our fabulous, fantastic entrance theme music. Hit it, producer Joe.
Cue it up.
I should moon him.
You should have mooned him. It couldn't have been more perfect of your body to his face.
It
Couldn't
was right.
tell
It
which
was
one
right
was.
on.
I
Next time.
cannot tell which one was which.
Next time we'll get on it. But again, welcome to another edition of the Put It in the Book show. This is season 4, episode 20. I believe it's
20.
130, our 133rd episode.
Ooh, 133rd.
And what better of a turdy turd
Wow.
episode than this week's episode?
Wow.
Terzio,
Everything is syncing up, man. Everything is just
it,
syncing up.
it, it, it really is. Mia says, I can't wait to hear you guys talk about last night's game. We will. I was
She
there.
was there. She was there.
Did you? Oh, she did. Okay. Yeah, it was great, but we'll get to it. Tergio
Mm-hmm.
says, "What's this back in black, Steve, on Thursdays?" Well, I'm wearing a Cosmo Kramer, the character, not the real life guy, because that's not appropriate anymore. But Cosmo Kramer shirt because I'm upset with the Mets, and I got the Avengers hat on because we need some superhero goodness. We need somebody to step up and become
Oh
that superhero,
my God. How terrible.
and it hasn't happened yet.
Terrible. Terrible.
All right, so since our last show, the Mets lost 2 out of 3 to the Reds, and
Every
now three
game
out of the
they've
4 to the
lost, they
Marlins.
lost every single game. They suck.
It's been rough, and the lead has dwindled down to one game. The Phillies and the Nationals are playing right now, so it'll either be a half game or a game and a half as we head into Philadelphia for
Still in
a
first
monstrous
place.
series.
Still in
Yes.
first place.
88, 89 straight days or something like that. But good news is that the Nationals have pulled in front of the Phillies. It is full-blown, full-on scoreboard watching season. It's August. It's time to scoreboard watch. And so the Phillies have taken, the Nationals have taken a 5-2 lead.
All these fans want to make this baseball like football. Well, here it is. Here's your football. Every game matters a heck of a lot. Every single. From now on. No time to relax. You have to play.
All right, so
I can't even talk about it.
I want you to start because
why am I on the show? Why am I even on the show? I want to talk about something.
I want you to start off actually here, because you had mentioned, and it's in the back of all of our minds, is that it just seems like every year or every chance that they get, the Marlins kind of stick it to us.
I told you. I said that before. We were talking about this. Remember? Every chance, and for the last 3 or 4 years, at a crucial point in our season, the Marlins have come in and pretty much tried to put a little stink hole in us. I mean, they've actually played even better than the Yankees against us. I mean, they just crush us. We can't beat them when it counts. And am I exaggerating? Slightly. Am I telling the truth? Mostly. However, mostly, I'm telling the truth. But the Marlins do screw us every year, bro. And you know it. I know it. Yesterday, we're at the game. You were at the game. I know, Farace, you were at the game. I was at the game. I was at the game with my daughter, Mia Rodriguez. She was flipping out, having a great time. However, they were giving her a heart attack. She cursed out Baez without using any actual curse words. She just couldn't stand them for some reason.
Wait, why Baez?
Because he struck out, or he just bugged her. He just bugged her.
But he got that Houdini of a slide to home. He hit the game-winning home run.
That was an amazing.
I
know. That's the best part about it. He was having a really good game, and she was still mad at him. Yeah. And I said, "You're a Met fan."
She fits right in. She fits right in.
You're a perfect Met fan. You know, she was pissed off at Conforto. She was like, "Oh, they should get rid of him. Why is he even playing? Bench him. Do they bench?"
Finally got 2 hits.
And he got 2 hits. So everybody she hated was having a great game, but it was a blast. It was fun. So it is fun to go see your team play, even if they win, and you're still mad. let's be real. That's what a Met fan is. Okay,
that's how we roll.
You know how it was last night. Last night was a microcosm of the whole season. You know, we're like winning, losing. You don't even know what's going to happen because we don't. Pitching can suck at any point. Our hitting never comes through. It's just one of those seasons. I don't even know how we're in first place. We're in first place by a miracle of God, Met fans. By a miracle of God, if you believe in that sort of thing, right, Farace?
It's got to be some type of a miracle. And I do want to tell one quick story about the game yesterday. I was sitting on the first base side, about 10 rows behind the Mets dugout, and it's tons of Mets fans. And anybody who's a Mets fan or a Marlins fan that goes to Marlins Mets games down here knows that tons of Mets fans. So
tons. The only way they get people.
Exactly. For the Bostons, the Yankees, the Mets, the Cubs, those teams. Mm-hmm. So this guy starts banging. A Mets fan starts banging with a Johnny Franco jersey on. He starts during that rally in the second inning where they scored 3 runs. I think it was the second or third inning. Mm-hmm. He hit the back of a chair in the guy's row. A chair, not his chair, not the one right next to the chair, but. The guy gets up, turns around, and starts screaming at him. He's a Marlins fan. Starts screaming at the Mets fan, getting in his face. And the guy's like, I didn't even hit your chair. I'm sorry if I bothered you, but the guy's going to town. The wife is like, oh my God, so embarrassed. Like, please turn around. It's like, so he finally does. And he's surrounded. He's bold. He's surrounded by Mets fans all around him. And so he does his thing. Everybody's doing like little chants against him. Everybody's kind of looking at him. And then when Dom Smith flew out with the bases loaded, I think it was the 7th inning, he turns around and starts cheering, yeah, Marlins. And everybody's looking like chill out. And then I got into it. And I'm giving it right back to him, like, the Mets were winning at the time. We're in first place. You guys are in last place. Chill out. And don't be so bold.
No,
and
you're
then my wife grabs me and she's like, no, don't yell at him. Don't. I'm like, okay, sit down. And then he left after the 8th inning, and people were like,
typical
like
fan.
Little nah, hey, bye, everybody, see you later. Do you notice how most of the Marlins fans left at the top of the yes, and that's what actually the Johnny Franco guy, when he was waving, he was like, "You're just one of those pitiful fan. You guys are down by 1 run, and you're leaving. Are you kidding me?" Yeah, they were giving it to him, but
you know what producer Joe does?
I'm
gonna tell a producer Joe stories. He ushers people out. Like he'll stand wherever we're at, and as they're walking out, there you go, Marlin fans. Hey,
oh my God, he's right. He's right. Oh, that's one of those dark room drinking things that I forgot until you just said it. But you're right. I'll stand in the aisle like, come on, Marlins fans, time to go. Yeah, it's they're very, very disloyal.
He walks to the aisle. He's nowhere near the aisle. He's in the middle of the row.
He
walks himself to the aisle. He does it every single time we've gone, and every single time he's dead. He's drunk as a skunk, and he's this close to being thrown out, and he's ushering the fans out like he works at the place.
Unbelievable.
True.
That's nice. I like it. And do you know how how disappointed I was when somebody in the group, because I at the game, so I didn't know the news that that Edwin Diaz was not going to be available. He's on paternity leave, and I had already told my wife. I said, I'm gonna get the song ready. I didn't bring a Bluetooth speaker, but it was gonna be enough for my little area. Exactly.
Oh.
And then
what is that?
I mean, he nails it every time. He got it spot on.
Yeah.
It's totally my thing. It's my thing.
If you're in Bizarro world, if you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, he nails it every time.
Ooh, step backwards.
Exactly.
Close.
Step back.
Exactly.
Well, so I was a little disappointed and whatnot. But I went live. I don't know if you noticed, but I went live for every Conforto at bat. And somebody.
I was busy watching the game. I'm sorry, I wasn't able to watch you.
You should always watch me.
Yeah. Watch your back. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I gotta watch my back. So Conforto got on my nerves the whole game, but he had his best game in 2 weeks, 2 for 4. Me as my spirit animal, producer Joe, yeah. Baez striking out 5 times. It's like looking at my ex-wife 5 times.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Michael, Jets fan.
Crazy. Okay.
I think they're starting to worry all of us.
Yeah. You think we're not worried? You think, Michael?
We are. Yeah, you should have told the guy one of my ex-wife jokes. Maybe he would have stopped and started laughing. I don't think there was any way you put a smile on this guy's face. He's very upset.
He's a typical I hate New Yorker and I hate New Yorker Met fans. And that was going to be it. That was it.
Can we go to the Familia? I don't know if you already put. Yeah. Were you guys as angry as I was when Familia started pitching? So I put in the chat, and Rodriguez, that's the F word. My mom sent me a text like, "Oh my God, here we go, Familia's coming in." I'm like, give a guy a chance. And then, so from my vantage point, first base, almost field level, that bomb that this guy hit, I was like, oh.
Dude, Dude, that thing, me and I we were like 10 feet away basically from where the guy hit the home run at. I mean, he killed it. Killed it.
I just watched it. I was like, oh my God.
I was like, what? And then all of a sudden, it felt like he started throwing harder after the guy hit the home run. Did you notice that? The next thing you know, he's throwing.
Oh yeah,
he's throwing
he's at
98 again.
97. Yep, 97,
Yeah,
98.
boom.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. F word.
That is an understatement, Michael. Yes, we do absolutely need. Turgis says we can't get new players, but we can't get a new manager. But we'll get to that.
Really? Good.
We'll get to it. Hold on, because I've done a slight little bit of research, and it doesn't make any sense to me. And I'm going to ask Rodriguez to make sense of it all in a little bit. But
ooh, a test. Awesome.
You no, not a test, but just it's not it's a logical person's nightmare. But again, we'll get to it. That's a nice little tease.
Wow, sounds like fun.
So I know the answer to this question that you asked a little bit earlier. I know the answer to it, the immediate answer to it, but we talk about slumps and ups and downs and whatnot. But does this team, not as constructed, not as they're playing right now, but does this team have enough offense, theoretically speaking, to make it into the playoffs?
You just said the key word right there. You said theoretically speaking. Absolutely, they have the type of offense that can get you to the playoffs and beyond. Theoretically, Conforto should still be hitting 300 with about 15 or 18 home runs. Theoretically, Lindor should be playing. Theoretically, of course, we have the players. The management has done its job. They have gotten us offensive players. The offensive team we have right now, honestly, I think theoretically, if they were playing up to their standards, they're the best team we've had in the last 20 years. They are some seriously good players there, honestly. So yeah, they do have it. Can they do it? I don't think so. I mean, can I say another little thing? Today's game specifically, Farace, I was telling you about this earlier on. 7th inning, Michael Conforto gets a pitch outside that he can hit to the shortstop side, the third base side. What does he do? He rolls it over and still pulls it to the right side where they have like 4 guys playing defense on him. How is that possible if his mindset is not set? Okay, his mindset should have been set to hit the ball to the opposite field, no matter where they pitch
Which is
him. No Rodriguez, one can tell me otherwise.
In his last at bat yesterday, that's exactly what he did. He hit the ball to left field, got a nice little hit, and that got insurance. So that's what's in my head as a hitter.
Mindset.
Right. But as a hitter, you really do think from at bat to at bat. But you carry things over, so you would think that, but that's when somebody's going bad,
right? If I'm looking at it even as a professional hitter, this is not Stinko Conforto. It's 100%. This is not a young guy in high school and a ball trying. This is a major leaguer. When he gets up to that plate and he sees the shift that they have on him, if he's not looking to hit it to left field, he should be taken out of the game. That's my opinion. As an old school ball player, that's just a regular ball player. If he's not looking to hit that ball to left field with one guy there, maybe, and that pitcher makes a mistake and throws it to the outside, the bearded blunder. Is that me? Or is that Conforto?
That's Conforto.
It could be a little bit of both. It could be a little bit of both.
Bohan says Conforto's mindset is get me 20 plus home runs and to hell with the team. I don't necessarily agree with that. Number one, because he's not getting no 20 home runs, so he's doing it wrong if that was. But just based on how he's played with the team over the last few years, I don't see him, in my opinion. I don't see him as a me first kind of guy.
No. It's not that. It's execution. And it's the lack of execution at key times. That's why they started off the game today with bases loaded. What happened? They didn't score a run. They continuously terrorize this kid. You come up in the first inning with bases loaded, and you didn't score, but then you get bases loaded later in the game. I was like, oh, the squeeze play to get everybody. Yeah, we know. It's insane. You got to try to squeeze out. You got to try to do anything to score a run with this team. It's pathetic when you have these type of players for the last few years that they've proven themselves that they can be major league ball players. Everybody wants to hit a 3-run home run every time up. Everybody wants to hit the wall. Everybody wants to get their speed check when they hit the ball out. Come on, man. Come on.
Exit
man.
velo, baby. Exit velo.
Yeah, and that's why you lose so many games. You think anybody could play that type of defense against a player in the 1980s?
No.
And Keith Hernandez wouldn't have hit 700 against that defense.
Tony Gwynn, Keith Hernandez, Wade Boggs. I mean,
they would have never gotten Tony Gwynn out. They would have never gotten Tony Gwynn out if they did that to him. Honestly.
Very true.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
So there are a couple of comments that I want to get to in just a little bit, but I do want to circle back to this thing that I was kind of just looking at before, and it was actually Terzio, one of his a message that he sent me about hitting philosophy, and hitting philosophy can mean a lot of different things, but I will, when I'm looking at the stats, I'm a stats guy. The Mets this year are hitting a very robust 236. Quite robust. Now, if you look at who's not even hitting what they're hitting, so hitting less than us, you'll find teams like the Tampa Bay Rays, who are in first place in a rather tough division. You'll also find the Milwaukee Brewers, who are about 20 games over 500 with a 10-game lead in a not so good division. But supposedly we're not in a not so good division, but we're not 20 games over. And even the Mariners are doing fine out west, and they're hitting 221. The Brewers are hitting 228 as a team. And then so the Rays, who, right, Rodriguez, we always say the Rays are always doing the right thing, always. So then you go to the pitching side of this, and the Mets have dropped from 3rd in baseball to 8th in baseball in ERA, but the Rays are right ahead of them at 3.55. There's a huge disconnect there. So is it the philosophy of these guys in the Rays who always are looking to adapt? Are they're the team that's getting those hits that bust up the shift, and we're the team that doesn't?
Right, and right. So instead of going 0 for 3 in another situation, they'll go 0 for 3, and I mean, instead of going 0 for 3 when there are runners in scoring position, they go 0 for 3 when there's no one in scoring position. So it's a different. If two people are batting 230 and one has 22 home runs and the other one has 5, and they're both batting they both have the same average. The guy with 22 home runs has hit those home runs at key opportunities, and he's hit the other ones obviously because he's still hitting 230, but he's hit them at key opportunities, and that's all that matters. The Mets are not capitalizing. The first inning today, they had bases loaded. It's just a simple point. You start off against a team that's a terrible team, last place in your division. You got bases loaded the first inning. You don't step on their neck. It's not a championship team. That's not how you win championships. It's not going to happen if we don't get that killer instinct and make it count when there's men on base. That's all there is to it.
That really is. It really boils down to that. Down to the number of hits are about the same. And so exactly. that lends it to exactly what Rodriguez just said. And it's, they're getting their hits and then not cashing them in. That's what the Mets are doing. And then the Rays are getting on base somehow and cashing them in.
Whether they get a walk or hit by a pitch or whatever it is, or pass.
However you get on,
however you advance base, you cash it in. That's the key to the game. And then the defense. But the Mets have played really good defense this year. It's one thing you got to say that may be one of the best defensive teams out there.
Yep, which is something that we weren't counting on. The things that we were counting on not happening
in the least.
It's a weird Twilight Zone situation. Let's get to a few more comments. Mia says, "What are your opinions on Alonso during last night's game? He honestly disappointed me." He was rough at the plate yesterday. He surely was. Came up in a couple of big spots and didn't cash in. Same with Nimmo, came up in a couple of big spots. They were getting on McNeil for take a pitch once in your life, and
why not? Why not take a pitch? Why swing? Why do you have to swing at every single one? Come on. The guy just walked somebody. Why are you swinging at 3-0? If he just walked the guy in front of you, it's
that's what kills me.
Freaking baseball. Even though Polar Bear got 2 walks yesterday, so he was on base. And the key to the game is to get on base by hook or by crook. That's the guy you want on your team. You want the guy that gets on base all the time and moves it along. Just like as useless as Nimmo is every other third week because he's hurt, he does get on base. And you laugh like I'm not going to be right. He was just hurt
right.
again.
You're right. He was out a few games.
Mid-August, he's going to have a hangnail.
So somewhere in the mix of the Dodgers and Giants marathon that we're about to go on.
When we need him. Oh, and guess what? I'm going to give you something now. Producer Joe, you may want to work on this behind the scenes. So look at Nimmo and look at, I think it's Sid from that cartoon with a little animal. It's got a mammoth, a Sid, a sloth. And what's that little cartoon for us? You must know this. You got young kids.
Well, you said Sid. Oh, you're talking about Ice Age?
Ice Age. Take a picture of Nimmo and take a picture of Sid and put them side by side. I think you got the same guy. I was so mad yesterday at this guy, but
I could tell. I can tell.
Think about it. Think about it. What are you gonna do, Nimmo? You gonna smile your life away while you're gonna make all this money? Your goofy little smile, run to first every time you take a walk. You're 6'3", 220 pounds. Hit the ball to the outfield.
This is what happens when the Mets lose 5 out of 7 in August.
Oh no!
We start getting frustrated.
I go into my Mets fan craziness, my hysterics, and stuff, and I can't rationalize things, and I say things like Nimmo and Sid from what is it, Family Ties? I don't know what it is. From whatever movie it is.
Alex P. Keaton. Alex P. Keaton.
Who knows? Just talk about something.
All right. Let's really quickly talk about. I think we're ready here. I think producer Joe has it. It's here. Let's do it. Let's take a look at it.
Let's do it. What do we got?
Yes, Nimmo. Rodriguez, or what?
That's Nimmo. Put a picture of Nimmo next to him. I'm telling you, that's Nimmo.
Oh my God!
Put a Met hat on that.
We all you all know if you watch this show week in and week out, we have issues. We're Mets fans.
Oh, by the way,
but
let me give credit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Give credit where credit's due. My daughter's the one who compared Nimmo to Sid.
But she's joining those ranks. It's like, where does your mind have to go to compare Nimmo to the sloth?
I think she went through 30 years of Mets frustration in one night. She really went through the gamut. She was high, low,
it's hating, unbelievable.
Loving, hugging, slapping hands. My throat hurts. I don't want to see them. I'm going to be a Marlins fan now. She went berserk.
What? No, those are bad words. That the last.
What it does, it drove her insane.
Yes. Oh man! All right, let's talk about Brooklyn Water Coffee Roasters. Keith is not here, but I'm going to do a very slim down version of this thing.
Is that a fat joke? Is that a fat joke? I hope not.
Whoa!
Okay,
don't be putting words in my mouth.
Let's not talk about Keith. Let's not talk about Keith. Okay, let's leave the guy alone.
Yes, let's zoom in on Rodriguez so we know who the culprit is here.
Not me.
All right, so BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. From their roastery to your front door. Fantastic flavors, decaf. You can get the extra caffeine in there and really just bolster your activities for the day. Boom, 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 boom. You knock out episodes. You'll get you'll write stuff. You'll listen to music. You'll read books. You'll play video. Watch the games. You'll be all wired because you had a nice big cup of morning wood. No, Rodriguez. Morning wood with extra caffeine. Morning Wood with 50% more caffeine is just an incredible situation. Terzio's in on it. He likes the Morning Wood as well. Morning, what does Morning Wood smell like? Oof,
Like Terzio's ex-wife.
There you go. There it is. All right. So head on over to BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com today. Put the code down below. PopCulturePros, all capital letters. PopCulturePros, and you'll be able to get one bag for free when you buy two. So you can experiment with different flavors. I always say decaf, and I never. What's the point of decaf? And why do we sell these things?
There's no point in decaf.
There is no point in
decaf. There's no point.
Give me the energy to get through my day.
There's no point in non-alcoholic beer. There's no point in decaf.
I mean, there's nothing to disagree with there. Does Producer Joe drinks decaf, right?
No,
Yeah, we make a pot of decaf at night when we like to have a cup of coffee at night. We keep decaf in the house. So, we like coffee. We like our coffee. So
as long as
But decaf tastes good. I've never tried it. I've never even tasted decaf.
It's
depends
water.
on the decaf you get. You got to get water coffee roasters.
It's water through a paper bag.
There it is.
A paper bag and run water through it. That's decaf.
Oh, man. All right. Yes, bottom line, head over to BrooklynWaterCoffeeRoasters.com. Get your coffee today. A few comments that I did want to catch up with here. Michael Jets fan up a little bit, Producer Joe, I think. No, a little bit further up when he asked about the Baez situation. And,
extremely.
So, yes.
I agree
much. So we get Baez, right? It was even one right before that, Producer Joe. I'm sorry. But so we get Baez at the deadline. We don't get the extra arm that we all thought that the Mets were going to try and pursue.
We did.
We
did get an arm, Trevor Williams.
Yeah.
Listen.
Anyway,
I'm just telling you a fact. All right.
The arm that we expected. We got Trevor Williams and Rich Hill. 41-year-old Rich Hill. No offense to anybody who's 41 years old, but I was looking for a nice little starter.
Did he get rocked today?
No. Yeah, he was a little bit scattered, but did not get rocked.
I know that curveball he threw to that shortstop, I would have hit out. That was me.
The 67
mile an hour meat. 72 mile an hour meat.
70 miles an hour.
My God. I almost hit it out of my mind. I was like, oh my God, it's gone.
Well, so I saw a story today that the Mets got the news that deGrom was going to have to be shut down for a couple weeks on trade deadline day, and they kind of backed off on a couple of pitchers. Thinking maybe this is not the right time to outright go for it, just in case deGrom can't come back. Because if you lose deGrom for the year, I mean, we're mostly talking Mets memories on this show from September on. But so that kind of made sense to me. Yeah. That kind of made sense to me, but they did get Baez, and I don't think that they gave up too much for him. The center fielder that he hurt his arm this year, his shoulder this year.
That might be.
Yeah, exactly. So Michael brings up a good point here. I do think that Syndergaard is going to sign next year. I don't have any thought that he's going to get a long-term offer anywhere else, and I don't think he's going to go anywhere else for a one-year deal. I believe he'll be a Met next year. Conforto,
who's going to offer him anything?
Right, and if it is, it's a one-year, $10 million deal, and if he's going to do that, might as well take whatever the qualifying offer is and proceed from there.
Stay at home.
Then get your extension. Right. The Conforto thing, I honestly don't know anymore. I don't know what the team is thinking. I don't know what the owner's thinking. And it got a little bit more clouded up for me when you did bring in Baez, because I really do feel
can't play the outfield.
And you set up. Think of Baez and Lindor, second and that double play combination for the next 10 years, and think about the experience that they both bring. They've both played on winning teams. The camaraderie that can be built around that, there's a lot to be said for that now. So I don't know if, in my mind, getting Baez has kind of tipped the scales of Baez over Conforto. I don't know, but that's the way it feels like to me.
You are making so much damn sense today, kid. I don't know. I might end up liking you by the end of the show.
Yes!
That's exactly what they did with the Baez thing. They set themselves up for next year to lose Conforto in case Conforto can't come back from it. Because they can take Baez's bat more than makes up for Conforto's bat, okay? On right field, you have J.D. Davis, you have McNeil, okay? Remember, Cano, don't you know, is due back next year. So he can fill in at once in a blue moon, just the same as Guillorme can. They have the bats to get rid of Conforto. They also have the money to re-sign him and re-sign everybody. So that's going to be exciting in a way. In a way, the offseason is going to be pretty exciting just to see what they're going to do and if they're going to bring everybody back. Because they do have the money. But if they don't bring Conforto back, I'm not going to be that mad because I can't be up and down. I need steady Eddie. I need a guy that hits 270, 280, 20 home runs and plays good defense. That'll be fine enough to win several division titles. Give me 9 guys like that. You win all the time.
Oh, of
you
course.
Can't have this up and down nonsense.
You're the Rays.
It's just crazy already. You're the Rays when you get that. Look, Sid.
There he is, smiling Nemo.
Yeah,
and so
out the door, loser.
I've always been a fan of Conforto's. I'm not gonna not be a fan of Conforto right now. I
am a fan of him too. Don't get me wrong.
No, I know, but bringing in it. Now I'll never be. Every time Nemo comes to the plate, and every time Bohan sees Nemo come to the plate, that's who he's gonna be seeing.
Put it together, producer Joe. You got a few minutes. Do your magic. You'll see this. You'll see.
So, but I will say it makes it an easier pill to swallow if you got Baez, signing.
I mean, think about it. Think about it. What's the difference in age? I don't even think there's a difference in age. I think they're about the same age, right? Maybe Baez might be younger. Maybe. But I could take Baez and Lindor for the next 6 to 7 years as our double play combination. We will have terrific defense up the middle. Terrific defense.
Yeah.
JD Davis can play third. JD Davis can play third and not be worried about things anymore. He's got Lindor to back him up. He can just play the line. And Lindor plays the rest with Baez on the other side.
And Baez is there.
I mean, are you kidding me? It automatically gives JD Davis a starting spot over at third. McNeil can go to right field. He can stay at second.
I mean, McNeil's played everywhere. Anyway.
I'm sorry. McNeil will go to right field. That's it.
So this has been us building the case to let Conforto walk.
This is just being realistic.
This is the scenario that I think we'd all be okay with it. Certainly not if at the beginning of the year. But at the beginning of the year, you remember this is how fickle. Or how the pendulum could swing in one way or the other. Everybody wanted to re-sign him to that extension. God forbid they would have re-signed him to that extension, and he's batting 200 now. They would have killed him.
They would have tried to murder him every time he was in the outfield. But here's the thing: they can still keep Conforto and I'll be perfectly happy. I don't hate Conforto. I think he's a useful player. I don't know what's going on. I understand slumps. I get it. I'm a ball player myself. I can understand it. But after a while, when I see you in a slump and you're not even doing the basics of baseball, which is, trying to work the game, trying to go the other way, trying to get yourself out of this schneid instead of pulling everything and trying to, and when you're in a slump, you don't try to pull things. You just try to meet the ball, slap the ball, get hits, get your swing down, get that ball into the outfield, start hitting line drives. That's what you do when you're in a slump.
By any means necessary.
You by any means necessary, you get on base. Even I told you today, didn't I tell you today, throw themselves in front of a curveball. If there's bases loaded, that guy who was up with the bases loaded today? Was it Nito? No, not Nito. That was yesterday.
It felt like the entire lineup was up with the bases
loaded. Okay, the whole
loaded.
time. Any one of them should just throw themselves in front of it and get hit with a ball. We'll score a run. I don't care.
Who got out with the bases loaded in the first? It was Baez and Conforto, right?
Yeah, Baez swings. Baez takes a swing like he's never taken before.
Oh my God!
On every swing,
he doesn't get cheated at all.
Swing, and I think I can't understand that because you don't have to hit the ball like that. You're a major league ball player. You should know that. A line drive.
Well, the home run yesterday.
The home run yesterday
felt like a flick of the wrist.
Dude, he smoked that ball. That was a line drive from when he left the plate. It
Yes.
it barely left 10 feet off the ground, that thing.
Yeah, it was like a laser.
He hit that ball hard. But that's the thing. You don't have to hit that ball like you're trying to do King Kanye, like Dave Kingman, trying to hit it to the other parking lot. I mean, it's ridiculous. You can hit the ball with a a controlled swing. I've never seen players in my life after every swing that they're falling down. They take a swing and they're falling down. They take a swing, they have to cross over the plate because they're off balance. I've never seen players that off balance in my life. When you're off balance, you can't hit the ball because as you bring you back to the strike zone, when you bring you back to the strike zone, Farace, what do? This, right? You move it because you're off balance. So you move it. Yep. You got to bring it straight ahead. It's simple stuff, man. Players are off balance. They can't hit the ball. It's amazing how I don't see correction in that, and no one does. And I sound like the crazy old man. I know it. I get it. Ricky Chili, I'm coaching.
You're not that crazy.
I'm sorry. I'll stop coaching.
No, I mean you're 100% right. And for me, I was always taught have a nice quiet bat, because if you got all this motion. Not everybody could be Gary Sheffield, where he's all like this here, and then he can get that timing down.
Because of his wrist, he can stop
down.
himself. People can't do that.
Yes.
I used to tell my kids when I coached my kids, and when I played myself, I say, stand there like a snake. I'm a lefty hitter, so I was just stand there like a snake, coiled up, ready to strike at the last second, but don't move. Don't let them know you're there. That's what I used to try to teach my kids, and that kept their bats quiet, like you said. You didn't start getting all this nonsense and all this baloney. It just kept you there, and it brought eye to the ball, bat to the ball, and hits and contact. As soon as you make contact, something good can happen. That's all.
That's the only way something good will happen. That's the only way something good will happen.
Sucks.
Is the worst. All right, producer Joe, let's what do we want to do here real quick? Let's talk about a Sterlin's Paradise here.
You see the last comment?
Put Cano with Bobby Bonilla on the same day and both the check. And actually, I have the word on the street in Metsville supposedly is that Steve Cohen is 100% comfortable buying out Cano's contract and saying bye-bye.
And that proves to me he's a real Mets fan. He's a real Mets owner, because only a real Mets owner will do that to a skank and say, get out. I'll pay you off.
Bye-bye.
Get out.
All right, now let's get back to Sterling's Paradise. Thank you, Joe. He took it off. He was like, you guys aren't talking about it. I'm taking it away. Sterling's Paradise, breakfast, lunch, dinner, authentication cuisine down here in South Florida. It is fantastic. The food is great. The people are great. Daily lunch specials, delicious. And this is the time of the day that we get hungry on the show. If you're down here in South Florida, go ahead and head over to Margate. It's 360 State Road 7 in Margate. Again, breakfast, lunch, dinner, daily lunch specials. 360 State Road 7 in Margate. The phone number 754-205-2637. Order through Grubhub, all that other stuff that we're all too lazy to go get our own food now. 754-205-2637. If you're listening to us on the podcast, one more time, 754-205-2637. Sterling's Paradise. Check it out.
Check it out.
Terzio says, Steve, you made my day. I'm going to try and figure out more ex-wife jokes. I do like that. If and when Cohen hands Robinson Cano's $40 million check, I like to have the team doctor give it to him with a syringe. Yes! That is fantastic. That's really good. I like that a lot. Let's get at least mentally prepared for our series here coming up in Philadelphia. I don't know if there's TBDs all over the weekend. But let's check out at least who we think. there was a guy in a Facebook group that actually said something funny and not derogatory about the Mets or whatnot. He said he's going to buy a new jersey. He's going to put TBD on it. He just wanted to know what number he should put there. All right.
It's so funny.
So for tomorrow, we don't have any TBDs at all during the series. All right. So for tomorrow night, Marcus Stroman, 2.80 ERA. He's 7-10, guys. He's 7-10 with a 2.8 ERA, guys.
This is
unbelievable. Kyle Gibson is the newest Filthy to don a Filthy's jersey. Got him from Texas at the deadline. He's 7-3, a 2.86 ERA. And
was he a Brave? Was he a Brave before?
He was a Ranger. I don't know if he was a Brave before that.
Because the Braves suck.
The Braves do suck. Brian Hum especially sucks. The Phillies suck. Screw you, Marlins. Hate you guys.
He sucks it all the time, Brian Hum.
All right, Saturday. Saturday is an afternoon game, a 4:15 start. It is Tyler McGill who had his first bout with some adversity in his last outing. With
that name, he's had adversity his whole life, Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. 1-1 at 2.68 ERA. Marlins suck. Breaking news. See the scroller at the bottom. Breaking news. Brian Hum sucks. And the Marlins suck.
And Brian Hum sucks. Yeah.
So McGill will be going against Ranger Suarez.
Wow.
Ranger.
Really?
That's a name.
Ranger.
Tyler versus Ranger. On Saturday. Tyler.
The millennial struggle.
It must be. Ranger Suarez has an ERA of 1.04, a 5-3 record. And then
he's going to get kicked in the mouth. That's what's going to happen. Going to kick him in the teeth and knock him out. Then what? Then you don't have any ERA anymore.
Somebody said, go Braves.
Oh,
that's your boy, right, Rodriguez?
That's my boy. I'll say his real name, Christopher Orenthal Kelly.
And what wait, but what do those initials spell?
Huh?
What do those initials spell?
C. O.
All right. So that's your Saturday game. Sunday game is the Sunday game is maybe I'm injured, maybe I'm not. Taijuan Walker, 7-6, 3.86 ERA against former Met Zachariah Wheeler.
Wheeler, you're the devil, Wheeler.
It is.
God.
9-6, a 2.57 ERA. He has 170 strikeouts. That's your series. So
yeah, I told you to sign him. I told you.
No. No.
I told you so many times. I told you.
Can we get a lie detector in here? See Angry Rodriguez. Angry Rodriguez.
Orenthal Kelly.
Do a quick check here. The Nationals. Angry Rodriguez. Super angry.
What is that?
The Nationals are up 5-3 in the 8th inning, top of the 8th inning for the Phillies. So we would like the Nationals. Things have changed here. You don't really care what's going on in the division. You're 10 games under. You traded everybody, so you don't really care. Hook us up and then lay down for us later in the month.
Lay down like you deserve to be.
There's
there
Brandon.
she is. Oh, that's Sid.
There's the Nims.
Is that Sid?
There's the Nims.
No, that's Nemo.
No, stop it.
It was
No confusion there. Rodriguez. All right. We all know that this series against Phillies is huge. It's huge. It's massive. And then after that, I keep on going to the well here with this August schedule, but we head to Philadelphia to close out this road trip. And then we have an off day on Monday. Then we bring in the Nationals for 3. The Nationals are a team that we should feast on. I apologize to the Nationals. I didn't say that. Go ahead and continue beating the Phillies.
What is
But
wrong
then you got
with
that
you?
stretch.
It's just trying to jinx us, man. What's wrong with
No,
you?
no, no. Then you got that stretch that we've been talking about.
What are you
Dodgers,
scared of?
all the Dodgers were the Dodgers before, and then they bring in Turner and Scherzer. That's number one, and they're also
I'm
bringing
not
in Cole
scared of them.
Hamels. Cole
I'm not
Hamels
scared of
for the
them.
stretch run.
Not
Uh, then
scared.
then we go to San Francisco, who just brought in Chris Bryant to an already first place team. That's a 3-game set. Then 4 with the Dodgers. Then back home 3 against the Giants, and then we have the Nationals and the Marlins again.
I'm not scared at all. I'm not worried about it at all. Not in the least. There's nothing that's gonna happen to us. We're gonna do great.
By the end of this
Yeah.
weekend, we will have a 4.5 game lead over the Phillies.
Book it, huh? Book it.
Book it. Book it, baby.
Okay.
Book it,
All
Dano.
right.
Terzio, I don't want to hear anything. Who's related to Razor
Oh,
Ramon? I missed that. I am worried about the West Coast trip. Of course, we're all worried about the West Coast trip. We're going to stay up till 2 o'clock in the morning watching games that
yeah, pretty much.
may or may
Mean
not go our
nothing,
way.
really.
Jeez. All right.
It's gonna suck.
It's going to be fantastic.
Oh, it's gonna be wonderful.
Thank you,
Wonderful.
Rodriguez. Producer Joe can be the pooping mill. Let Producer Joe be the pooping mill.
He's a pooper. He's a pooper scooper.
It's time to change. It's time to rearrange where you are and what you want to be. Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na.
That's a good lead in to when is our next show, because I know Terzio is going to ask me.
That was a lead into that.
I guess. So the next 2 shows can continue to be on Thursdays if deemed appropriate by this crack staff. We got the Nationals next. We got the Nationals next week, a 12:10 start. So
beautiful. We'll talk about the win afterwards.
And then the week after, right before we start our 4-game sweep of the Dodgers, it's 10-10 start, so we can do our thing, do our stuff. All right, let's put a big old blue and orange ribbon on this bad boy, and we don't have a Fwakata. Wait a second, that's what happened. Did we not have a Fwakata last week? And then we lost 5 out of 7.
No, he Fwakata. No, he Fwakata.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, he always Fwakata.
Yeah.
It was. Listen, you can't only blame the Met players themselves. You can't blame the manager. I know you wanted to talk about blaming the manager before. You can't blame the manager. He may make one messed up move, maybe 2.
Fire him.
But a lot of the moves that he does, man, they work out because he's putting in your F word thing, and it's been working out. However, it works out.
Most of the time.
Most of the time.
But people don't talk about when the moves that take place work and they make sense. Never, ever, ever.
Even if they don't make sense and they work, they'll never praise them. I managed. Trust me, I know. It's always my fault when we lose, no matter what I did.
Look at this is Terzio's response to your diatribe. Get rid of Mets manager. Do it. There it is.
Terzio. We'll get rid of the manager. We'll bring Beltran in. We'll bring the other guy in.
Oh my God, Beltran.
Well, okay, we'll bring the other guy in. Yeah. Okay.
How
about the guy that cheats? The guy that cheats over in Boston. We'll bring him in. We'll bring in the cheater too. Another cheater. They're all Puerto Rican. Why not? Wonderful. I'm so proud of my people.
Oh man. All right. Any closing remarks out of you, Rodriguez, this week as we head into what is going to be the most important series of the year so far?
Okay.
Deep breaths.
Let's just hope. No, we're not going to woosah. That's what Brian Holmes does, and I don't play that game, okay? Brian Holmes sucks. The Phillies suck. We're going to beat them. We're going to do well. We're going to beat Wheeler, okay? We're going to hit the ball down his throat. That way, he can't say anything about us ever again. Shut your face, Wheeler. Get out of our clubhouse. Don't come in and say hi to everybody when the game comes over. Don't come over to the clubhouse and say hi to people and bring a glass of some wine or something weird like that. Bring a bottle of rum next time, Wheeler. That's what you need to do. Bring some rum like a man. Come with some wine like a guy from Georgia. People in Georgia are drinking wines. I know you do, Chris. You're a liar. I know you say you drink beer. You say you drink beer like a man, but you're a liar, okay? You drink wine. As a matter of fact, you probably drink White Claw. Okay, that's what you do. You drink
Oh
alcohol to get
no!
yourself done. You're a White Claw drinker.
Oh,
All right.
Oh, that hurt.
I'm so angry this week. I can't even believe it. I'm picking on one
He
of my
went
brothers.
White Claw.
I had to White Claw him.
That's
Okay.
phenomenal.
Right.
That was great.
I'm sorry. I had to. I'm sorry. Good
ain't no
luck,
laws
Mets. Let's
when
go,
you're
Mets.
drinking claws.
Ain't
Oh,
no
man.
laws when you- Joe, remember that time you got really hammered on White Claw and you're like,
Oh.
Yesterday?
that day. Yeah.
That was it.
That was the day. Anyway, God bless everyone. Peace. Vaccinate. Help everybody. Please don't kill anybody. Please. Let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. Bye.
There it is. He admitted to it. I like White Claws. Oh, I like White Claws. He liked White Claws. I don't know.
He doesn't know what he likes. Look at it. Look at his logo. It's a C.
What's going on?
It's a C.
Come on, Kelly. Get it together. Get it together.
Chris. Come on, Chris.
We appreciate that.
a good guy.
You see, as you put up, this was a very good show from Terzio. I went full Keith, and I lost my.
You had
like.
it.
I lost everything.
Well, listen. If you would have went full Keith, you would have gone on mute and you would have knocked yourself out and come back and say, "Why did producer Joe knock me out?
Why'd you mute me?
Why'd you mute me?"
Oh man! All right. So, what's your prediction for this series?
Prediction is we need to win all 3 freaking games. That's my prediction. There's no time to predict now. It's win every game. You have to beat the Phillies. They're right on your ass, man. You gotta beat them. My prediction is win 3 or you're out of first place. That's it.
Yes. Well, you can win 2 out of 3 and still be in first.
No,
depending on what goes on today.
No. Óyeme, listen to me, man. 3 out of 3. I use my Spanish accent on you so you understand me better. Because I know you trying to be Spanish. I know it's your wife. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to be slick. I know a little Spanish words. Try to get her excited. Hola, mami. What's up, mama? Me llamo Steven. Say it like that.
Steven.
She won't like it. But you're doing good. 3 out of 3.
All right, so and the Mets, Nationals. I keep on saying Mets. The Nationals still up 5-3. That's going to the bottom of the 8th. Producer Joe, what are your thoughts as we close this bad boy out?
Do we play to the level of our competition? Did we take the Marlins as a joke and we went in there thinking we were going to steamroll them? I don't know. I know that things got to change. Javi has only been with us for a week. He shows a flash here and there, but it's fundies, man. Like his slide into home plate, that was beautiful. But you need the fundies, man. But
he's also won 2 games,
contact.
Yeah,
make contact with the ball, man. Make contact with the ball, man.
But he's not a contact guy, buddy. 135 seconds.
I know. I'm not just saying him. I'm saying the whole team. Fundies, man. We've been saying it for like 3.5 goddamn years, but has it ever been more true than the last 2 games with the bases loaded? What do we have? 31 left on base for the batters overall today's game.
They gave us the games. They made so many errors. They were down to give us wins.
Yeah,
it doesn't make any sense.
You know what? It would be easier to swallow losing to a good team or even a bad team that outplays us, but just beating ourselves is just getting tired, man. Let's play up to our potential. Like Steve said at the beginning of the show, you know what? On paper, man, this team should be rocking and rolling. And it's just, if we live up to 75% of what we could do on paper, we're going to roll the rest of the way. So let's hope we can make that happen. And you know what? Let's go Mets.
Do it. All right. Monday is first place day, says Terzio. Mets will still be in first place, he says, come Monday. I hope so. All right. So that'll do it for us. My parting words of wisdom is we best play to how we can play. This whole thing of base runners all over the place all game. It's either we get the base runners on and we can't drive them in, or we have 3 hits through 7 innings and then have 9 hits in the last 2 innings to win the game. There is no middle ground for us with blood pressure issues. But I mean, that's the part that's most frustrating to me. And we're coming up on some teams, and you want to say whatever you want to say about the Phillies, but they're right on our tails. The Phillies, not the Nationals, but the Dodgers, Giants again. These are teams that we cannot. If we play against those teams as we played against the Marlins, we're losing 13 in a row. That's if we don't win, there's the Brooklyn Bridge. We're
gonna get smashed. Absolutely. And every Met player should know. Okay, march them right down.
Oh, I hate Philly.
Awesome.
I hate Philly too. Oh, you had a bad experience in Philadelphia?
Awesome.
I've never been to Philadelphia, and I don't go to Philadelphia because I don't like Philadelphia because of the Phillies and the Eagles.
I went to Philly as a kid.
Remember a few years ago? I asked in our Mets chat. I was trying to figure out like a last minute place to jump to in the winter, and we talked about Philadelphia, and Joe was like, "Oh, well, it's this Rocky, that's it." And Keith was like, "Rocky, that's it." Brian Hom sucks, who's from Philadelphia, says the whole city smells like urine. So I was like, you know what? No, I'm not gonna go.
I know, and he's from there, and he's saying it smells like piss.
He was like, he got there, and he was like, "I'm back home." It's not the smell of Philly cheesesteak. No, it's urine.
No, it's the smell of my underwear every Friday morning when I get up. That's Brian Holmes. Yeah, he's like, smells just like home.
All right, that'll do it for us. As much as we could probably do a whole show ragging on Brian Holmes, but let's go Mets this weekend. I don't want to. I'm gonna get texts if the Mets lose, and I don't want to have to go to jail this weekend.
I don't want to listen to this guy. I don't want to listen to this guy all weekend because he's gonna be ready to kill somebody. He's gonna kill somebody.
All right. Well, as always, we'll keep you posted on what's going on in Metsville in our group. We'll continue to post the lineups. We'll continue to interact. It's a lot of fun in there, and we keep it mostly positive. Believe it or not.
We do. It's a bad week.
I think we all fell off this week. It's not been a 5
I've been trying really hard for us. You've been really trying to be positive.
I know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe should we all get our health care plan? The Mets therapy. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe Cohen should pay for all that.
Mets vaccine.
That's it. The Mets vaccine. All right, that'll do it for us. Dominic, you made it just for the final goodbye. The Mets may be the worst first place team in history. We'll see. But until then, we will. Don't leave us on a bad note. Let's go Mets this weekend.
Let's go Mets.
Come Monday, we'll still be in first place. Peace out, everybody.
Put it in the box.